I'm very good at two. I'm very good at, I'm not a good cook.
Welcome to another episode of In the Kitchen with. I'm Ni'Kesia, the news and culture editor over at Kitchn, and I am here. This is like a fangirl moment for me. I'm here with Dan Levy. I am a huge fan. I know a lot of
people watching.
Thank you so much. We're so excited. Now, of course, we got to talk Schitt's Creek. Of course, we got to talk everything. But before we jump into that, summer is almost here. I technically think Memorial Day is like the start of summer. So let's just go and say we're already here. That means it's all about creating a moment and catching a real good vibe. And apparently you're doing the same in the new Tostitos campaign titled Don't Miss the Good Stuff. What exactly is the good stuff that we're talking about in this new campaign?
In this case, it's like a bowl of Tostitos and some salsa. And it was a funny little premise about, you know, in my case, every time I walked away from that bowl of Tostitos, something very meaningful would happen. A child would have their first steps. And so for me, it was kind of playing into the idea of the fact that I always feel like I'm missing out on things. And so the whole thing came quite naturally. I found all of the scenarios that they put me in, all of these different funny worlds. I'm not good with kids. So the fact that, you know, I missed this child's first step in this particular piece spoke very much to who I actually am as a person. And I think as someone who loves comedy, the greatest comedy comes from scenarios that are closest to home. But yeah, just the idea that, like, you know, we all tend to have some great conversations around food. And in this case, it was around a delicious bowl of Tostitos.
Now, I'm not going to say I'm not well with children, but I will tell you that my niece, I did not start babysitting her until she was 4 because she could talk. She could walk.
Smart.
She could tell me what she wanted. Now we're like BFFs, but when she was a baby, yeah, absolutely no. Absolutely.
No, I need the baby in a crib. I need to know that it's not going anywhere. I need to know that I don't have to do anything. Yep. So I appreciate where you're coming from, and I feel a closeness to you now that we both share a lack of skill when it comes to handling young babies.
Now, I am not sure how well versed you are at being in the kitchen, kind of cooking, but friends and family members had to name one thing that you are absolutely amazing at bringing. They could count on you to bring it to every event. What would that thing be?
And this is a food product?
Yes, or it could even be a cocktail too.
I'm very good at I'm not a good cook. So I don't cook that often, but when I do cook, it tends to be like brunch foods. So I do a very good maple bacon that friends of mine recently, actually people on my show that I'm making, which is called The Big Brunch, funnily enough, they told me to use a bourbon maple syrup on the bacon, which takes things to the next level. I do a really nice frittata, and that's about all that I can cook. So anytime that I'm required to make anything for a breakfast brunch sort of situation, you're going to get the same thing. I'd like to think it's worth it. Play your hits, even though in my case, there's only 2 of them. It's not a full album.
I will come to your lunch or brunch anytime.
You're invited.
Brunch,
an open invite.
Not complain. Yay, I'm so excited. Now, let's talk hits. I know you just said you only have 2 breakfast hits, but you used to work at MTV Canada back in the day as a host and a VJ. So I am sure that you are well-versed on good playlists for helping the good times roll at whatever event you're having. What are your top 5 songs that you cannot live without at a party?
Like a playlist?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Hold on, I'm gonna just pull up my phone. I'm gonna actually pull up a playlist from the last time that I hosted something.
Okay.
And we can actually go through this and I can give you a proper answer live.
Perfect.
Okay. Well, we have the new Harry Styles.
Okay.
So that is something.
Good choice.
The Aaliyah catalog has come back onto streaming services, or I don't know what they call them. Aaliyah's on here.
Yep.
I've been playing a lot of that. I like Motown. I throw some 80s stuff in there.
Good choice.
I think you got to mix it up because I feel like a brunch, there's a nice mix of like, if you throw in old and new, keeps people on their toes, the energy stays high. But I think it's a faster tempo for a brunch situation. And then when you get into the evening, I'll throw in some like really nice jazz. I love a jazz situation, you know.
All the good stuff.
I feel like I'm from a different time. So I tend to like music that was made before like 1985.
Me too, don't worry. I'm a huge Marvin Gaye fan. Like I keep his catalog on repeat.
Great.
So I'm saying, like, we should be throwing a party together. We should be hanging out.
Very compatible, it seems, on all fronts, which is great.
Very. Now I know we're running out of time, so I just have one last question. What else can we expect from you? What else are you working on outside of the big brunch?
Outside of the big brunch, I have spent the past couple of years like really writing, like nonstop. And the strange and wonderful thing about this industry that we call entertainment is that people make decisions at various times in the year. You could have something that you wrote 2 years ago get made 10 years from now. So where I'm at is I've offered people a wide selection of things. And so brunch was sort of the first of all of those things to get formally made. But the common thread through all of it is I think I've been able to see how much of a positive impact Schitt's Creek had on people. I think a show that was about positivity and a show that was about the success of just like loving one another and how that can only bring good things to your life. Knowing that that's had an impact on people, it kind of makes you feel like, well, everything I do from here on out should have a level of intentionality, and it should be about something. You just have to kind of realize that people are very susceptible to what you put out into the world, and you have to be responsible with that. And so that tends to be the North Star for me, is to continue to try and create things that are of some consequence.
Well, I cannot wait to tune into the big brunch. I am so excited.
I think you'll like it. It's very sweet.
Yes.
And I don't mean that literally. I mean, it is sweet, yes, but it's very emotionally sweet. It's going to be a good one.
Whatever happens, maybe me and you can get together and like put something together.
I was going to say, when we're getting ready to get the show out there, we should figure something out.
That would be so fun. It would. Make a nice cocktail, a little brunch menu.
Yeah.
Look at us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking this time
to
chat with us. We love Kitchn. We can't wait to see what's coming up next. Everybody, please tune into the big brunch when it does hit, and also go pick up your bag of Tostitos, because you don't want to miss the moment.